Well, hi there everyone. Our workshop tonight got postponed because of the snow, so I thought I'd make a little video for you right here in my kitchen. We of course will do Smoothies 101 live, but you know, why not give you a little something to work with until we are together again. So I'm going to make two smoothies for you, and they're going to be green smoothies. And people might say, why green? Because greens are one of the most nutritious foods on earth. I mean, God covered the planet with grass. Some of the largest animals on earth live on nothing but greens. Gorillas, elephants, cows. So we get them into our smoothies, get them into our bodies, and they're going to help us be wonderful. Why smoothies instead of juices? When you blend, you're including all the fiber from the fruits and the vegetables, so that helps you to disperse the sugar in the fruits a little more slowly. When you do juicing, if you do a lot of fruit juices, it can tend to give you a blood sugar spike. So we're going to talk a little more about juicing when we get into that in a couple of weeks. But for right now, I'm going to get going with the smoothies. So what you're going to need is a decent quality blender. This one that I'm using is a Vitamixer. And you don't have to rush out and get one of these. I lived a long time with the KitchenAid blender and it worked perfectly fine. So something like this is going to be close to $500, and I know it seems really ridiculous, but if you get into the lifestyle, I use this every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. So with that being said, we'll get going. This is also going to give me the chance to show you some of the products I like to use. So this is one of the easiest smoothies to get started with, and I use a product by Zambazon. It has acai berry in it, and I like the one that's blended with blueberries and pomegranate as well. So we get started nice and easy here. We're going to take 1 cup of this juice. So we're going to make a good sized single serving here, so right into the blender with that. Acai, blueberry, and pomegranate are very high in antioxidants, very good for you. And then to this, and you can judge too how much banana you want. For a single serving, I put in about 1/2 of a banana, and you know, it's going to depend on how ripe they are, how sweet your smoothie is going to be. So that's going to go right in there. And then I'm going to get some frozen fruit. On top we have some frozen strawberries here. Buy organic. Organic strawberries are one of the healthiest foods you can eat. Non-organic strawberries are one of the most toxic foods you can eat. They're very full of pesticides. So I'm going to throw in 2, 3, 4, 5. Put in 6 strawberries in there. And then I'm going to use in this smoothie dandelion greens, and you're probably going to go, oh, but really you're not going to taste them. And when you first start making these green smoothies, you want to start out small and just put a couple of leaves in and see how it goes. I put a pretty good size handful in. If you're using a small blender, you're going to want a less powerful blender. You're going to want to chop your greens up before you put them in. But the Vitamixer can pretty much mow down anything you throw at it. So I'm just going to throw those in there. And then another product that I like to use, this is a Himalayan pink crystal salt. You're going to want to use a sea salt or mineral salt. Don't use table salt in these. So just a little bit of pinch, a little bit in there just like that. Makes it taste good. It also, sea salts, it's easier for your body to assimilate the minerals. So that's why we use those. And then we have an option of putting a sweetener in, and I like to use honey. And I do get my raw honey right from a local beekeeper right in Franklin. I can hook you up if you want to get some of this. It's really good. Don't use like the sous bee and the those kind of, they're heat processed, and basically they're just like melted sugar at that point. The raw honey is where you get all of the little micronutrients and the sun energy, if you will. So I'm just going to put 1 teaspoon in. And instead of honey, if you do have glycemic conditions or you're concerned about blood sugar issues, you can use stevia. There's a few other I just love honey. I'm a honey girl. What can I say? So, Yakan syrup is another one, and actually coconut syrup that's made from the coconut palm is very low glycemic as well. But this, as you can see, is just a teaspoon. You could even just put a half a teaspoon in. Really depends on how sweet the banana is. So now I'm going to hit this, and we're going to let it run for a minute. So I'm going to edit the noise. I'm going to take this out, and I'll come back once it's blended. So I'm going to turn this straight out, all the way up to high. We'll let it go for a minute. I'll be right back. Here we are. We've got our first green smoothie in the Vitamixer, and we're going to give it a taste. So here we go. And again, making smoothies it's not anything that you really have to follow hard, fast rules with. You adjust them. So this is silky and smooth, and you are not even going to know there's dandelion greens in it, I promise. So my husband's behind the scenes directing. So he's a hardcore meat eater, and he's going to give it a try. What do you think?
Right.
Honest, right? Can't taste the dandelions? Okay, all good. So now we're going to make one more. I'm just going to give the Vitamix a quick rinse.